So she's letting us know that yes, we tried it, but it wasn't stable or as stable then as what we are now. So you're dating. You took me on this merry-go-round just to tell me something that, if we're honest, we knew after the Decay, after Royette, after Mulan, after Bolster Pillow, you're dating. Basically. What is up, my beautiful people? It is your girl AMA, aka Amma. Welcome to the AMR, your one-stop shop for amazing book, movie, series, reactions, and reviews. Today, I will be reacting to the Banmahaheng live. Okay, that is Engfa and Charlotte's 1 year, 1 month anniversary, and then the live that they did on that day. Apparently, this is the live that confirms that Englot is real. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get it. Let's go.
So we could be together.
Charlotte keeps having to lower herself so that she doesn't look taller than Engfa in the pictures. What is that? Is that because PFA is older? Is that because PFA is Miss Grand Thailand? Like, what is the reason that Charlotte can't be taller? Do y'all know? Is it just the aesthetic of the picture? What was that? So, I mean, one of two things. Either, oh, your finger is big, and Charlotte's like, what you talking about? My finger is big, right? Because, like, as in, why are you saying my finger is fat? Or Engfa was saying something completely different, and Charlotte was like, we're in company. You can't say that here. It's Engfa playing with Charlotte's fingers for me, like 0.42 seconds, guys. 0.42 seconds. Okay. Didn't Charlotte have this thing about not putting rings on her ring finger because she thinks that if you do, when you're finally ready to get married, you won't be able to? Didn't she have a whole superstition? Yeah, I think she's put down both her ring fingers, right? Yeah. It fits on this finger. The one that I just put on her finger is a classic model. Still selling. Always still selling. Your wishes will be fulfilled. That's a powerful, that's something powerful to sell, right? To tell someone that, hey, if you buy this thing, your hopes, your wishes will be fulfilled. It's always a powerful concept to sell.
มาต่อมาหนูจะให้เอาที่ว่างไม่ว่าง
ไอเดียอันนั้นเหรอเลือกเอา
ต้องนิ้วไหนเอ๊ะ
นิ้
นิ้วไหนดีนะ
Oh, you let me choose. I was about to say it. I was about to say it. Oh, she let her choose. Charlotte is not serious. It's Charlotte hyping up their moments for me, okay? It's... I can't with them. I can't.
ทุกคนบอกว่านิ้วนางข้างซ้ายได้ไหมแม่
She actually took everything off. She literally took off every ring just so Charlotte could choose which finger to put that one ring on. Bruh.
พี่ฟ้าใส่ไหน
อันนี้คือรุ่นอะไรอันนี้คือรุ่นอะไร
ซ้าย
อันนี้คือรุ่นหน้าลิมิต
หน้าลิมิตอันนี้จะช่วยในเรื่องของ
เรียกทรัพย์กวักเงินกวักทอง เสริมเสน่ห์ให้กับเราจริงๆก็มีทั้งหมด2วัน
Charlotte doesn't know what to do because there's a part of her that wants to put it on Engfa's left ring finger, and there's a part of her that's calculating what's gonna happen if she does.
อันนี้นะคะใช่
ให้ใส่นิ้วเดียวกันเหมือนกัน
ซึ่งอันนี้จะเป็นสี
And then, so Engfa was like, "What about my thumbs? Because that's a safe spot, right?" And Charlotte was like, "Okay, let's just match."
ใช่
ให้ใส่นิ้วเดียวกันเหมือนกัน
ซึ่งอันนี้จะเป็นสีเงินนะคะ ก็จะช่วยในเรื่องของการ
ยก
นิ้วไหน
Why?
มีคนบอกว่าอย่าให้ทั้งสองคนจ้องตากัน1 นาทีได้ไหมคะ
Are we back to this? Wouldn't you guys rather see, and of course, by you guys, I don't mean all the sane, thoughtful, logical, mature people watching this video. I mean, wouldn't you guys, those guys, these guys, wouldn't you guys rather have catch them in a moment where they forgot y'all were there and they were staring into each other's eyes for 1 minute rather than asking them to do it? Like, wouldn't you rather it came naturally, bruh? Like, come on. I don't think they did it.
หนาว
ใครบอกว่าให้หอมแก้มต้องไปดูในซีรีส์เพราะในซีรีส์
หนาว
ใครบอกว่าให้หอมแก้มต้องไปดูในซีรีส์เพราะในซีรีส์
If you want to see us kiss each other's cheek, you gotta go watch the series. I mean, yeah, I guess it was good for that. But even then, correct me if I'm wrong, but the kisses on the cheek happened in the last episode. So I guess Show Me Love didn't show us a lot of love, basically. I will do my best to stop shading the series when they do their best to stop hyping it. Okay? It's not something that needs to be hyped. It's not.
ไม่ได้เราจะมาหอมกันในไลฟ์ไม่ได้มันไม่เหมาะสมนะ
We can't kiss each other's cheek on the live. It is inappropriate. God damn it, Fa. Do you have to be such an adult? I was about to say Tina and Heidi would have done it by now. But that's not a fair comparison because Tina and Heidi may just be friends, right? And you can't compare them playing around with each other with two people trying to preserve a relationship. Party pooper, but fair enough.
หอมแก้มต้องไปดูในซีรีส์เพราะในซีรีส์
ไม่ได้เราจะมาหอมกันในไลฟ์ไม่ได้
So okay. So somebody was asking, can you kiss on the cheek? And Charlotte was trying to play it off like, oh, you want to see it? Go watch the series. But Engfa was straight up like, no. Right? We can't do that. It's inappropriate. No. That's her baby.
ได้มันไม่เหมาะสมนะ
Yeah. That's her baby. She straight up came in and was like, nah, we're not finna do that. No, private. No secret. Private.
ไม่ได้เราจะมาหอมกันในไลฟ์ไม่ได้มันไม่เหมาะสมนะ
So she didn't say, no, we can't kiss each other's cheeks. We're not like that with each other. She said, we just can't let you see it.
ไม่จะบอกว่าไปดูในซีรีส์มันยิ่งกว่าหอมอีกไป
จะมาหอมแก้มอะไรนี่ขายมหาเฮงอยู่
So she's like, then Engfa always tries to like step it back, right? Whenever she makes a claim on Charlotte, she always tries to step it back. Baby, stop. You don't have to keep doing that. So then she was like, well, if you watch the series, you'll see much more than cheek kissing. I'm sorry. Somebody mentioned show me love. That's all. I think I'm a little bit allergic. You'll see much more than cheek kissing? No, you won't. You'll see a little more. A little more. Am I little? I mean, like, look. Can you see my face? Look. About this much more than cheek kissing. Okay? This much more. So Charlotte comes in. How can you talk about cheek kissing? We're selling Banmahaheng's products, the amulets. The Holy Spirit wouldn't be okay with it. Again, trying to, evade, duck. Fine. You have absolutely 100% right to say nah. But like, again, so after Engfa put her foot down, that's it. Daddy said no. We don't need all this. Like, yeah, Daddy said no. Okay. You can't do it. It's inappropriate. I feel you.
สิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์มันไม่โอเคหรอก
ทุกคนอย่าลืมนะคะ
จะมาหอมแก้มอะไร
ไม่จะบอกว่าไปดูในซีรีส์มันยิ่งกว่าหอมอีกไป
จะมาหอมแก้มอะไรนี่ขายมหาเฮงอยู่บ้าสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์มันไม่โอเคหรอก
ทุกคนอย่าลืมนะคะรหัสกอไก่1ช่วยอ้อนหน่อย
Who is out there shouting what we all want to know, bruh? Something happened. No. That's not the question. Did something happen in Royette? Of course something happened in Royette. The question is, what happened in Royette? What? Because P Sun out here talking about, oh, what happened in episode 7 is nothing compared to what happened in Royette. So, you know what I'm saying? Engfa talking about she can't remember what happened in Royette. She got so drunk. But then the person who claims they can't remember comes back like, oh, it's a good thing I can't remember, because if I could remember, we might not be able to look into each other's faces. Charlotte out here throwing pickup lines, like pickup line, talking about T-Rock, calling Engfa darling. So first of all, look at Engfa's face on the question. Bruh, if nothing else tells you that something happened in Royette, Engfa's face should tell you that something happened in Royette. Tell me that face ain't guilty as hell. Tell me it's not. Right? So Charlotte goes like, is that Charlotte or is that fan? Charlotte goes, what happened there? And the CEO is like, what happened in Royette? Yeah, CEO does a whole story.
ทุกคนอย่าลืมนะคะรหัสกอไก่1ช่วยอ้อนหน่อย
CEO. So the CEO was the one who said, did something happen in Royette? And Charlotte looked at Engfa like, so what happened in Royette? And CEO is repeating, wow. Why is Charlotte playing dumb, bruh? The way Engfa is smiling has already given you away. Why the hell are you playing dumb? You were the one who was supposed to remember what happened in Royette. Engfa was gone. Okay, we know you remember because in the reaction you did with Engfa on Show Me Love episode 7, when P Sun brought it up, you were like, oh yeah, what happened in Royette? Oh, does have to exceed what happened in episode 7 because E was so drunk.
มีอะไรไม่มีอะไร
ช่วยอ้อนหน่อย
ไม่มีอะไร
Engfa was like, what? Engfa was like, what? Engfa was like, how do you know about Royette?
101เขามีอะไรคะ
Look at Engfa.
ช่วยอ้อนหน่อย
ไม่มีอะไร
101เขามีอะไรคะ
อันนี้คือเป็นคำถามจาก
Then who asked this question? She wants to know, is it coming from the CEO so that she can't refuse, or is it coming from the fans so she can?
คำถามจาก CEO ค่ะ
And the MC is like, the MC is adding, the question was from the CEO. What happened in Royette? Bruh, they asked this question 4 times. We wanna know. We wanna know. We wanna know. What happened in Royette? On a more serious note.
มีอะไรคะ
ที่ไม่ได้มาราธอนนะหรอ
It's Charlotte playing dumb for me, right? Engfa being shy, doing a double take, trying to ask who asked the question instead of just straight answering it. All of that suspicious, yes, all of that. It is Charlotte trying to act dumb, like she doesn't know exactly what the hell we're talking about. That tells me more than anything that something went down. Because Royette, what, you forgot that that place exists, my love? Where we went for the marathon. What about it? Don't try to gaslight us in this relationship, okay? Bruh, you know exactly what we're talking about. Now stop that and spill the tea.
101คืออะไรอ่ะ
Look at the way Engfa's looking at her,
มีอะไร
man.
คะ
ที่ไม่ได้มาราธอนนะหรอ
101คืออะไรอ่ะ
Oh, no, guys. Oh, this is gonna be dumb long. Okay, should I slow it down? Maybe I should slow it down for you guys. Look, they asked the question. We're gonna look at Engfa, then we're gonna look at Charlotte. Engfa, when the question is asked, Charlotte is trying to play it off, right? Royette, where we went for the marathon? What about Royette? There's nothing special about Royette, okay? What's crazy is the way Engfa looks at Charlotte, smiles, right? And literally looks at Charlotte up and down, right? And then the way Engfa is smiling, and then the way Charlotte responds to that smile, right? I'm gonna slow this down because this is crazy. Okay, right here is, watch this. Check this out. Check this out. Engfa smile as she realizes what Charlotte is trying to do. Charlotte's eyes, first of all, and the way that they're looking at E, that's already crazy. The moment they mention Royette, her eyes turn like this. And then Engfa laughing because she knows what Charlotte is doing, right? But it's also the way E is looking at Charlotte. And then it's Charlotte's hand. What is that? What is that? What is that? It's Charlotte's hand suddenly around her lips, suddenly around her chin, right? What is this? We have a secret look that you two are parading in front of us like this. Bruh, if you're not gonna tell us, stop teasing us, because this is crazy. Engfa looks away first because of the intensity that Charlotte Austin is putting out. But look at the way Charlotte stays looking at Engfa. And look at where her fingers are. Right here, what she's highlighting is her mouth. And Engfa is shy as hell. I almost want to go back. Should I go back? Should I do it one more time? Bruh. All the way through, right? All the way through. Look at Engfa's eyes. Guilty as hell. Look at that. Look at that look. It's almost like Charlotte turned into P. Shaw for a moment. I can't with these two. I just can't. I can't.
อะไรคะอันนี้คำถามที่หนึ่งนะใช่ไหมคำถามที่หนึ่ง101มีอะไรถูกไหมคะคำถา
ถ้าม บอกว่าไม่มีจะเชื่อไหม
If I say that nothing happened, will you believe me? Hell no. Hell no. At this point, you yourselves have hyped it up too much. No. The way you came back and you were like 4 a.m. and you are having a dream and it was a wonderful dream and Fa was we want to know
มันไม่มีจริง
ไม่คนที่ตอบเร็วกว่าแฟนคลับคือ CEO นะ
the CEO said that they wouldn't believe faster than the fans, bruh. You see, notice something. Notice
มีอะไร
something.
ถูกไหมคะ
Okay, I will say this for them, right? I will say this for them. There was a live that Fa did with Peace Sun. I've forgotten if it was Fa reacting to episode 8 or what. I'll see if I can find it. But basically, in that live, when Peace Sun alluded to like something happening between Fa and Charlotte at Royette, Fa basically said that, oh, it wasn't at Royette, it happened somewhere else. So basically, as I understand it, there was a moment, right, between the two of them that we are all attributing to a particular place, like Royette. But it could very well be that even though they had that moment, the specific moment just wasn't at Royette, as a place. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, we're associating Royette with a moment in time, but Royette is also a place. So I think that they're saying that even though something happened around the time that they were at Royette, the thing itself didn't happen specifically at Royette. So I think that's what they're using to sort of sidestep the question, because Fa has said that something to the effect of, oh, she didn't, or it didn't happen at Royette, right? But she didn't say it didn't happen. You feel me?
คำ
ๆ
ถา
ถ้าม บอกว่าไม่มีจะเชื่อไหม มันไม่มีจริง
Nothing really happened is different from nothing happened. And I don't know, because we're translating, I don't know how much weight I can put on it, because if they were speaking in English, nothing really happened. Nothing really happened is what you say when something happened, but it's not as much as you think someone else is imagining, right? So, nothing really happened, but something happened, right? And there's a difference between that and nothing happened. Nothing happened is nothing happened, right? But nothing really happened means something happened. You just think that whatever happened isn't what we think happened, but something happened. Okay?
คนที่ตอบเร็วกว่าแฟนคลับคือ CEO นะ
เขาก็ซิปกันแต่
Charlotte is whispering you were drunk and then pass out, which is what they said before in the Royette live, right? But why is Charlotte like Engfa should know she was drunk and passed out. Like, by now she's woken up, she's asked, oh, what happened? And the narrative was that you were so drunk you couldn't even remember anything. So why should Charlotte have to tell Engfa the story? It almost feels like a cover story. Oh, I got too drunk and then I passed out. It's almost like you're reminding her that this is the story that you agreed to tell in the event that anybody asks, which is suspicious as F, bro. Why do you need a cover story?
เขาก็ซิปกันเขาก็ซิปกันแต่พี่ฝนจะอยากฟังให้
เอาไมค์ออกไปก่อน มันไม่มีอะไร
เอาเลือกมา3 คำถามเลยเดี๋ยวเรา
Charlotte said there was really nothing. Shashar, at this point, I don't believe you, bruh. For good reason. What? They mentioned Royette, and all of a sudden, the atmosphere turns sensual. You're looking at Engfa with those heavy, intense-ass eyes. You're emphasizing your mouth. Got this whole finger on your chin right here, like, yo, what's up? Yeah, I know what happened at Royette. You're whispering cover stories, you're moving the mic, and then you're telling me that there was really nothing. Then why did you just do all of this, bruh? If there was really nothing, you should be able to say, oh, nothing happened. We fell asleep. We da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? So Engfa skips over it like Engfa Waraha does, the mature 28-year-old person that you are. I respect it. And she's just, okay, let's just forget about it. Let's just pick 3 questions to answer towards the end of the live. And one of them may be Royette, and Engfa will try and dance her way out of that one as well.
ออกกันท้ายๆไลฟ์นะคะ
งั้นเมื่อกี้ไม่นับละกันงั้นเมื่อกี้ไม่
That one won't count then. Let's start with the first question. Bruh, they really pinned them on this one. The CEO is working for us. That's what we like to see. It's a little bit invasive, but that's what we like to see. You gotta pin them. You gotta pin them. They're windy. They're slippery. You gotta pin them.
ไม่นับเอาคำถามที่ 1ก่อนเลยเขาพี่ฝนขอถามนิดนึงครบรอบ
And then Charlotte just looking at Engfa.
ครบรอบยิงหลอด1 ปี 1 เดือนมีอะไรอยากบอกกันและกัน
And then realizing that, oh, there are other people around. Yes, Charlotte, there are other people around.
พี่ฝนขอถามนิดนึงครบรอบยิงหลอด1 ปี 1 เดือนมีอะไรอยากบอกกันและกันไหมคะว่าเรา
Since it's Englot's 1 year, 1 month anniversary, what would you like to say to each other? Because it's been 13 months now. Aww. Guys, 13 a year and 1 month? That's adorable, bruh. That's a whole relationship.
อยู่กันมาแบบเดือนแล้ว
เอาม่านมาปิด
Yeah, I was about to say, bruh, it's like, as much as we like to see this stuff, it's also kind of crazy that a moment that would ordinarily be so private and so intimate between you and your partner, you literally have however many fans, however many strangers, like watching you pour your heart out to someone. That's crazy. When you think about it, most of our private, intimate moments, we don't have to like expose them like that, you know? It's hard to do so. So can we get a privacy curtain right there? I was about to say, like, you want them to just spill their whole heart out right here, right now? That's a lot to be asking for, bro.
เอาพี่ฟ้าก่อนละกันก็ดีใจค่ะที่อยู่ด้วยกันมาตลอดระยะเวลา1 ปีคือเราก็รู้สึกว่าเราได้เห็นการเติบโตของกันและกันไปในทิศทางที่มันสวยงามละกันมันอาจจะมีแบบ
This is basically things that they've said in their concerts, in MGT, during like reporters' interviews and all of that. You can bet that when they go home and it's just the 2 of them, Engfa will have words for Charlotte, and Charlotte will have words for Engfa on their 1 year, 1 month anniversary. That isn't this rehearsed speech, because it'll be just for them, right?
ว่าเขาเรียกว่าล้มลุกคลุกคลานบ้างตามภาษาแบบเราใหม่กันทั้งคู่ในอะไรหลายๆเรื่องซึ่งหลังจากอำลาตำแหน่งไปแล้วอะไรเงี้ยเราก็หวังว่าเรา2 คน
We hope that after the farewell, we get to follow our dreams to be what we want to be. What is that? Together?
จะได้แบบเดินตามความฝันที่เราจะได้ทำแบบว่าในรูปแบบที่เราอยากจะเป็นไปอะไรเงี้ยซึ่งจริงๆก็เป็นกำลังใจให้นะคะแล้วก็อยากจะให้อยู่ด้วยกันแบบนี้ไปนานๆไม่ว่ามันจะเป็นจริงๆไม่ได้อยากให้แบบว่าเอาแบบว่าความคาดหวัง
Okay, so Engfa said, I want her to be together with me like this for a long time. Then clarified that actually, I don't want to let the expectation of others hold her back, that we have to be together like this forever, which is something that Engfa has expressed. So I think in the March 16th live, or March 6th, either 6th or 16th, Engfa was mentioning the fact that, Charlotte doesn't necessarily have to date her. Charlotte can go out and experience what it was like to be with a woman, with anyone. And Charlotte was like, nah, if it's not you, I don't want it. If it's not you, I don't want it. So Engfa is repeating something that she has often said, that she doesn't want it to be like external pressure or the fans or anything else that keeps Charlotte with her. She wants Char to want her because Charlotte wants her, you know?
ของใครมาเป็นที่ยึดตั้งว่าเราจะต้องอยู่แบบนี้ตลอดไปอะไรเงี้ยแต่จริงๆคือด้วยความที่เรา
I see this relationship as supportive sisters. Okay. It might be like some people said that we look cute together, and we actually agree with that
มันเหมื
too.
อนพี่น้องที่คอยซัพพอร์ตกันอาจจะเป็นอย่างที่ใครหลายๆคนบอกว่าพออยู่ด้วยกันแล้วเขารู้สึกว่าเฮ้ยมันน่ารักนู่นนี่นั่นอะไรเงี้ยซึ่งจริงๆเราก็มองว่ามัน
I know that's right.
เช่นเดียวกันอะไรเงี้ยแต่ก็จะเป็นความหวังดี
I always wish for good things for her.
ที่คอยมอง
Always be like an older sister, watching her grow up. Fa, that was the most reported speech in the history of reported speeches. You memorized that ish. Come on now. Come on now. This is reminiscent of pre-bolster pillow, pre-ding ding times. You can't walk it back. Bruh. No. No.
น้องชาลอตล่ะคะ
ก็1 ปีจริงๆมันดูเหมือนยาวแต่สำหรับพวกเราก็คือมันก็สั้นเหมือนกัน เพราะว่ามันได้ผ่านอะไรมาหลายๆอย่างอะไรเงี้ยแล้วก็อยากเห็นพี่ฟ้าแบบคือเขาก็เติบโตในทางที่ดีแล้วแหละตอนนี้ก็คือทุกอย่างมันจะราบรื่นแล้วก็หวังว่า
Yeah,
พี่ฟ้าสุขภาพ
all the dramas are like over. She seems to have a good handle on things. I wish P4 to be healthy
ร่างกายแข็งแรง
and have a lot of things to do in
มี
the
หลายๆอย่า
future.
งนะคะให้แบบว่าได้ทำอีกเยอะในอนาคตอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเพราะความสามารถพี่เขาคือแบบ
Because of her
ใครก็สู้ไม่ได้
talents,
จริ
you
งๆ
gotta
ก็ต้องยอม
accept
รั
that
บ
no
นะคะ
one
ก็
can match her. That's right. I know that's right. Hype your baby. I know that's right.
อยากให้เหมือนกันค่ะอยากให้แบบเติบโตไปในเส้นทางที่ดี แล้วก็จะคอยอยู่เป็นกำลังใจข้างๆ ตลอดไปไม่ว่าจะเป็นในสถานะอะไรก็ตามค่ะ
อุ๊ยดีมากๆเลย โอเคไหม
I hope you understand that those answers were for the fans, right? And it wasn't for the two of them. And I know that because if you are telling someone something at your 1 year, 1 month anniversary, you tell it to them, right? When you're genuinely talking to someone, you have eye contact. You want to see that person. You want to see that that person understands the words that are coming out of your mouth because you're genuinely expressing yourself. This was for the fans. This was a carefully cultivated speech, similar to speeches that they've given countless of other times to reporters and on MGT events and all of that. It's cute. I'm not saying it's not true, right? Because they care about each other, they love each other, they want the best for each other. But it is also very, very, very polished, right? It's also very, very. It's what they know you want to hear from them, but it's not Engfa's private message to Charlotte. They're not gonna give you that here, right? That goes home with them. That's Engfa and Charlotte on the couch, sitting close, and Engfa tucking Charlotte's hair behind her ear as she tells her how glad she is that she gets to be here with her and spend this time with her. That's something we ain't never gonna see. Okay? I accept it. All right. I get it. I get it.
ไหมคะทุ
It's
ก
all
คน
right.
แล้วถ้าเกิดสมมติว่า อันนี้เป็นคำถามที่ผลคิดได้เมื่อกี้ก็คือ ถ้าสมมติว่าเครื่อง
If
รา
you
ง
could
ของ
make
บ้า
a
นมหา
wish
เฮง
into the
สามารถ
amulets
ขอ
for
พ
each
ร
other,
ให้ได้
what would your wish be?
ให้กันและกันได้คนละ1 ข้อ น้องฟ้าอยากขอพรอะไรให้น้องชาลอตและชาลอต
Bet.
อยากขออะไรให้พี่
Put it in the comments. If you could make a wish for your significant other, what would your wish be? I want to cheat and say I wish for many wishes. But yo, barring that, I hope you become the person that you want to be. I hope you become the person that you want to be. I hope you're living the life that you want to live. And I hope you achieve the things that you want to achieve. Yeah. Oh, wait, is one wish? Bruh. Then I hope you become the person, live the life, and achieve the things that you want to achieve. Yeah, that's my one wish.
อิงฟ้าบ้างแบบถ้าเกิดขอได้เป็นพรวิเศษ1 ข้อเลยอ่ะจะขออะไรคะ
จริงๆมองว่าถ้าเป็นเรื่องการงานหรือเรื่องอะไรเงี้ยทุกคนก็เรา2 คนก็น่าจะสมหวังกันอยู่แล้วในระยะตลอดเวลา1 ปีที่ผ่านมาอะไรเงี้ยก็ถ้าเป็นนอกเหนือจากเรื่องงานก็อาจจะอยากขอให้เขามีเรื่องของจิตใจละกันที่มันแบบว่าเข้มแข็งมากขึ้นอะไรเงี้ยใช่
I wish that she has a stronger mind so she can be happy working in this industry and can deal with anything that's coming at her. For real. For real. And I understand what E is saying because she has been through it and she knows how many dramas and how many criticisms how many criticisms come at you, right? The more famous, the more popular, the more anything you are, the more attention, the more negativity, right? Charlotte has been having 1 or 2 dramas here and there, but Charlotte has been sensitive, about them a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. She's 24, she's like younger than Fa, and for the most part she is learning and she will learn. But for example, when you look at the first chapter in my Englot drama series, right, they told boss, right, fire starters, you could see Charlotte basically dealing with a couple of fans who had overstepped their boundaries, talking about not even talking about, they reported her going out to the beach with some of her friends to boss because some guy was there that they thought she was dating. And it was one of those psychotic things where it's like, if it's not Engfa, you can't be with anyone. But the thing is that in that live, even though it started off as Charlotte just like sort of telling her fans and updating them and letting them know her boundaries, she ended up getting teary in that live because you had people who were ostensibly supposed to be her fans basically blaming her for the outcome, talking about, well, if you're feeling harassed, it's not anybody else's fault but your own, kind of. I'm paraphrasing, right? So it has a stronger mind in the sense that you can't be on Twitter, you can't be going on lives to deal with every drama that comes. You do have to learn how to just ignore some things. Charlotte, I think, sometimes takes it personal, but you can't. Like, you just have to understand that this world has some crazy people and just let that just go. So I feel that
ได้แบบว่าสามารถที่จะอยู่ในวงการหรือว่าอยู่ตรงเนี้ยไปได้แบบมีความสุขอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
แต่น้องสาวเรา
What do you wish for P5?
มาไปหันตั้งตัวเลยคำถามถ้ามีพร1 ข้อพี่ฟ้าขอให้สลัดขอพี่ฟ้าสลัดขอพี่ฟ้าโอเคก็อุ้ยยากอ่ะ
Do you know why? At this point, y'all telling on yourselves. At this point, I don't even have to do anything. What is this look? What they just said, do you want to wish for something for people? What is this? Why? What is? Look at Charlotte. Look at Fa. I was about to say it's difficult because maybe you wish many good things for this person. So how do you narrow it down to just one, right? Then they started looking at each other like this. Yes, exactly. We can see you, bruh. Look. Wait. It's the way Charlotte was looking at Fa, and then when Fa turned, Charlotte like looked down and she was shy, and the intensity that is coming from Fa is why the fans went ooh, because they can see that.
โอเคขอให้แบบเส้นทางของชีวิตแบบราบรื่นแล้วกันไม่มีอุปสรรค
Her
เพราะ
path
ว่า
be
เขาก็
smooth,
แบบ
no
ผ่าน
obstacles,
มาค่อนข้าง
because
เย
she's
อะ
been
อยากจะให้
struggling
ต่อ
all
ไป
her
นี้
life, bruh. She's been struggling all her life, so I just wish that from now on she has only good things come her way,
ก็คือมีแต่สิ่งดีๆแล้วก็เขาสามารถแบบเดินต่อ
and she
ไป
can
ได้อ
keep
ย่างแบบ
walking
เฉิด
on
ฉา
her
ยแล้วก็
path
โฟล์ใน
smoothly
เส้น
and
ทางชีวิต
gracefully.
เขาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
Bet.
โอเคค่ะทุกคน แล้วก็อีกนิดนึงพี่ฝนขอถามอีกนิดนึง
Oh, that touched
อย่าง
Fa.
เราร่วมงานกันมานานอย่างเงี้ยเราก็มีบ้านคู่ใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็เป็นคู่จิ้นที่หลาย ๆ คนก็คือแบบว่ารักแล้วก็ซัพพอร์ตมีหวั่นไหวบ้างไหมแบบอยู่
Have you ever had any feelings towards each other at all throughout these many months? Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Have you ever had any feelings towards each other at all throughout these many months? And your answer is
เนี้ยแบบว่ามีหวั่นไหวมีแบบอันนี้ทุกคนอยากรู้ใช่ไหมคะทุกคนอยากรู้ร่วมงานกันมานานขนาดนี้อนาคตข้างหน้าจะมีแบบว่าสารสัมพันธ์ต่อหรือ
wait, hold on.
อย่างเราร่วมงานกันมานานอย่างเงี้ยเราก็มีบ้านคู่ใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็เป็นคู่จิ้นที่หลาย ๆ คนก็คือแบบว่ารักแล้วก็ซัพพอร์ตมีหวั่นไหวบ้างไหมแบบอยู่กันมานานอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแบบว่ามีหวั่นไหวมีแบบอันนี้ทุกคนอยากรู้ใช่ไหมคะทุกคนอยากรู้ร่วมงานกันมานานขนาดนี้อนาคตข้างหน้าจะมีแบบว่าสารสัมพันธ์ต่อหรือไปถึงขั้นไหนอะไรอย่างนี้มีหวั่นไหวบ้างไหมคะ
It's like we just talked about this recently. We just talked about this on the live. What, the March 16th live?
พูดไปในไลฟ์ให้น้องพูดก่อน
ได้
เพราะจริงๆเราก็เคยคุยกันแบบเปิดเผยแล้วแหละแล้วแฟนคลับก็รับรู้เพราะว่าเราก็เคยนั่งไลฟ์ด้วยกันเลยในเรื่องของไม่ว่าจะการเป็นคู่จิ้นหรือว่าต่อจากนี้ไปจะเป็นยังไงคือเราเองก็คงแบบเราก็คือใหม่มากๆก็ต้องยอมรับอะไรอย่างนี้ค่ะแต่ว่าคำถามเพื่อนนะคะ
You don't remember the question because you're trying to give smooth answers, bruh. Did you have any feelings at all? A little trembling in your heart?
มีหวั่นไหวบ้างไหมคะหวั่นไหวในใจรู้สึกว่าแบบใจวิววิวปิวๆเวลาเขางอนไหมคะอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Feeling anxious when the other person was sulking? Far? Something like that. Yeah. Baby, the whole world ships you, okay? Let's go.
วันนี้มีหัวเรือใหญ่สองเรือ
We have two captains today, the CEO and MC tag teaming.
ชงให้แล้วนะชงให้แล้วนะ
We respect it. We respect
ก่อ
it.
นเนาะ
เอาคำถามแรกก่อนเลย
หวั่นไหวบ้างไหม
That's a yes, Charlotte. Like anything less than a straight no is a yes.
เมื่อนานมาแล้วเมื่อนาน
I don't know why they always have to backtrack it. Is it because they're trying to minimize like the outburst? Is it because they haven't told each other this, which I find hard to believe, right? I find that hard to believe at this point. I'm guessing you must have had some conversations that involved, at some point I felt something for you some type of way. So why do you? It must be because of the fans. It must be because of us. They're trying to make it not that big a deal. It was a long time ago, bruh. You've known yourselves for what, 1 year, 1 month? No matter what you do, it's not going to be 10 years. It's not going to be 20 years. Okay? Within the last 1.5, 2 years, you felt this. That's not long. 2 years ain't ish. Long time ago. No. Talk to me.
ยอมรับว่ามันเคยมีความรู้สึกแบบหวั่นไหว
I admit that I
ช่วงแบบว่า
felt trembling
ยังคงไม่
because I didn't actually understand it when people kept teasing and pushing for us.
สาดมาให้เราอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเราก็แบบพอ
Like when they kept pouring the expectations on us and we kept receiving it, okay? And I thought maybe I was really feeling it. Okay. Okay.
รับแล้วเอ้ยหรือว่าเราแบบรู้สึกจริงๆอย่างนี้พอมานั่งคิดก็เหมือนมันก็คงรู้สึก
But when I sat and thought about it, it was probably the real
จ
feelings
ริ
that
ง
I
ๆในช่ว
felt
ง
at
ระยะ
that
เวลาห
exact
นึ่งจนกระ
moment.
ทั่งมันแบบผ่าน
Did you see Enfa smile?
จริงอย่างนี้พอมานั่งคิดก็เหมือนมันก็คงรู้สึกจริงๆในช่วงระยะเวลา
Yeah, Enfa smiling and then trying not to smile. Bruh, okay. So what she's saying is that what? At a certain point, there was a lot of external pressure. There was a lot of fans pouring out their desires for them to be a couple, the shipping. Okay. And it sounds like at a certain point she thought that what she was feeling was because of the shipping, because there was this expectation that they be Englot, and they were at a certain point like receiving that expectation, playing into that expectation, sort of walking according to it, right? But later on, when she sat and she thought about it, and she was like, okay, do I really feel this trembling for Fa? Or is it just like the shipping that has made me feel this way? She concluded that you know what? These must be my feelings for Fa and not because of the shipping. Now, I'm not going to hold you, right? Like, it is possible for you to start to feel some type of way about someone just because people suggest it. The power of suggestion is crazy. Like, you ever been in a situation where you are friends with someone, just friends? Like, you've literally never thought of being anything more. As far as you know, the person has never thought of being anything more with you. But people who don't know your friendship are like, oh my god, you have such great chemistry. Oh my god, you go together so well. Oh my god, da 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 da. And then you find yourself kind of thinking some type of way about that friend, feeling some type of way about that friend, and it's like, bro, where did this come from? Like, I've never felt this before they started telling me that maybe we could be more. So I do understand what she means about the external pressure, because that suggestion, even the suggestion that someone likes you, can completely change how you relate to that person, because things that would have been normal before are suddenly, oh, is it because they like me? Is that why they're doing this nice thing, or they're opening the door, they're coming to talk to me right now, you know? So she did say it was real, right? She said that. When I sat and thought about it, it was probably the real feelings that I felt at that moment, not just ship feelings.
รู้สึกจริงๆใน
But
ช่วง
then
ระ
they
ยะเว
went
ลาหนึ่ง
away
จนกระทั่งมันแบบผ่านพ้นไป
until it faded away, because we never actually deeply talked about or acted on it in that way. Okay. So what you're telling me is that in this 1 year, 1 month of Englot and all the shipping, at a certain point, you did actually have real feelings for Fa. Fa actually did make your heart tremble. There was a moment where you confused as to whether it was really your feelings or not your feelings, but then you concluded that it was your feelings. But there was a certain period of time in which those feelings weren't like actively being, should I say cultivated? They weren't actually being cultivated by you. They weren't actually actively being like a experience. They weren't actively being cultivated, or let me say relied on for now, right? They weren't actively being cultivated or relied on by you because you weren't talking about it. You weren't acting on those feelings. Okay, so what I understand from this is that basically Charlotte admits that yes, all those times with those Englot moments that we were looking at them, that we were like, oh, you like this girl, you like this girl. Basically, yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. She did like Engfa, trembling, feelings, da 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 da. But they never actually acted on it in a sense of, oh, I like you, you like me, let's date, right? And they never like sat down to have a conversation that, hey, I think I might like you, but there's all this shipping. Do you like me? How do you want to move forward? So from what I understand, it was basically an instinctive thing where it's like, oh, I like you, and I have this awareness that you might kind of like me, but we haven't actually made anything solid or concrete, right? okay, and it faded away. Not faded away in the sense that she didn't like Engfa anymore, but I just think faded away in the sense of it got pushed to the background. It wasn't her main focus, right? At a certain point.
ไปเพราะมันไม่ได้
Okay.
มีการพูดคุยกันอย่างลึกซึ้งหรือว่าไม่ได้มีการสานต่อในทางนั้นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็เลยแบบว่ายุติความแบบความรู้สึ
So
ก
I
ตัวเอง
stopped
แล้ว
what
ก็
I was feeling
หันไปรู้สึก
and
ใน
looked
ควา
at
ม
her
ของ
in a
เขาอีกแบบ
different
หนึงอะไร
way. You can't do that, bruh. You can't do that. And I say this as a person who has very good control over my emotions. Like I can I can compartmentalize like nobody's business, right? So I understand what she's saying to some extent. It's not about, oh, I stopped feeling this way per se, but it's like, well, I don't know about all of you, but I know that with me, I can get to a point where it's like, actually, let's take it again.
ยุติความแบบ
So I
ความรู้สึ
stopped
ก
what
ตัว
I
เอง
was
แล้วก็
feeling
เหมือนหันไปรู้สึก
and
ของ
looked
เขา
at
กับ
her
เขา
in
อี
a
กแบบหนึ
different
งอะไรอ
way.
ย่างเงี้ย
Look at Engfa. Look at Engfa looking at her baby. Okay. So I stopped what I was feeling and I looked at her in a different way. Again, I don't think you can stop what you're feeling just like that. So what I understand by this is that Charlotte at a certain point was compartmentalizing. You can like someone and yet accept that for whatever reason you can't be with them. So whether they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or they're married or what, they don't like you back. There's so many things that can cause us to have to face the reality of I like you but I can't be with you. So when she says I stopped what I was feeling and looked at her in a different way, what I understand by it is that she accepted, right, that for whatever reason, whether it was the fact that they were, it was during the pageant MGT and they can't date during that pageant, whether it was because of the fans and how complicated everything was, whether it was because of all the dramas that Fa herself was going through, blah, 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 blah. I think she looked at the situation and she accepted that, okay, for whatever reason, we can't be together like this. But I still have her. She's still PFA. She's still my friend. She's still my big sister, right? And she can still be in my life. And so I think that was her primary focus despite her attraction for Fa. So basically she put her attraction for Fa to the side and she focused more on her relationship with Fa on a level that wasn't sexual, but is still, of course, intimate and is still caring, right? That's how I understand this.
ก็เหมือนที่บอกว่าจะคอยอยู่แบบข้างๆ
I'd
เรา
always
จะ
be
เป็นสะพาน
beside her no
ข้างๆ
matter the status that I'm in,
มาก
right? So you stop focusing on it in a romantic sort of way, as in, oh, this person makes my heart tremble. She's so gorgeous. She's so fine. And you were thinking about her more like, oh, this is Pifa. This is the person that I care about. This is the person that I love. Even if we can't be together, I can still be around her, near her, with her, supporting her. She can be supporting me. She shifted her focus, right, off the romantic feelings and onto quote unquote platonic, right? Loving, caring, friendship, relationship with Far.
มากเลยแล้วอีฟ้าล่ะคะ
จริงๆมันเป็นเรื่องที่พูดยากมากเนาะเราไม่รู้ว่าอนาคต
Far says this is actually a hard topic to speak on because we never know what the future holds. Okay. Why I don't see why it should be a hard. Well, I do and I don't. Right. On one hand, I see why it's a hard topic to speak on because whatever she says now about how she felt in the past, they might have a completely different future where it's like, oh, you said in the past either that you had feelings and in the future you didn't end up together, or you said in the past that you didn't have feelings and in the future you're married. So to that extent, I understand why it might be a hard topic to speak on, but also they're not asking you about what are you going to do in the future. The question was, in the past, right, did you ever have feelings? So that, to that extent, I don't understand why it's a hard question because it has no bearing on what your future holds. Simple. In the past, did you ever have feelings for Charlotte Austin? Did she make you Tremble. Did she make your heart shake? That's all you gotta tell us, Fa. Yes or no. That's
มัน
it.
จะเป็นยังไงเพราะว่าใจคนเรามันเปลี่ยนไปได้ตลอดทุกวันทุกเวลาจริงๆอะไรเงี้ย
ค่ะ
ส่วนตัวพี่ฟ้าเองถ้าถามว่าหวั่นไหวไหมในช่วงแรกๆที่เรายังไม่ได้ร่วมงานกับเขายังไม่ได้เจอตัวจริงเขาอะเรารู้สึกตอนนั้นยอมรับว่าที่มีไลฟ์สดที่มีช่วง
When we did the lives together, when the ship couple was hyped up so much, I admitted that I had feelings for her. Yo, so those first couple of lives, right? When they were both flirting back and forth, when like literally Fa would call and Charlotte is driving, but Charlotte doesn't want to exit the live so they can talk. They have feelings. Englot was a thing. We were crazy. We thought of vibes. Yeah, I admit that I have feelings for her. And she have feelings for you, okay.
ช่วงนั้นกระแสคู่จิ้นกำลังมาใช่ไหมก็เราก็รู้สึกจริงๆว่าเฮ้ยน้องคนนี้
Yo, you realize that this is the first time that they have ever said anything like this in any sort of situation. Like, this is the first time that they've ever admitted, oh yeah, I liked her. I had feelings for her. I thought she was so cute. I wanted to hit on her. Pifa.
ที่มีไลฟ์สดที่มีช่วงนั้นกระแสคู่จิ้นกำลังมาใช่ไหมก็เราก็รู้สึกจริงๆว่าเฮ้ยน้องคนนี้น่ารักอะอยากจีบอะ
I thought she was so cute. Look at Charlotte. I thought she was so cute, and Charlotte just out here smirking like, yeah, you thought I was cute? Oh God. The way they look at each other is out of control. The way Charlotte looks at Fa is out of control. Look at this, Charlotte Austin. There's no need for you to be what do I even call it? Sensualizing, smexualizing, smirking sexily. Why? Okay, so she said she was so cute. I wanted to hit on her. Charlotte Austin liked that.
ซึ่งที่เราถามเขาว่า
Charlotte Austin out here like, oh, you did? Baby, alright. Which led to when I asked her to give it a try, I really meant it. She was really saying, yo, I think you're cute. Let's do this. Let's give it a try.
ว่าแบบเฮ้ยต้องลองอะไรคือเราก็ถามเขาจริงๆเราบอกเขาจริงๆอะไรเงี้ยแต่พอได้มาอยู่ในกอง
But when we met at pageant camp, became roommates, started working together,
เรารู้สึกว่า
we felt that
เราเองอ่ะเรา
well, maybe it's because I'm the youngest in my family and never had a younger sister before.
เราเป็นน้องคนเล็กแล้วเราไม่เคยมีน้องสาวอะไรเงี้ยเราก็จะเห็นมุมมองของเขา
So I got to see her as a younger sister who, if I felt more,
ถ้าเรารู้สึกแบบเหมือนบางครั้ง
there's several moments that we tried to tune into each other, like how people expected us, because they said there was no harm in trying. Charlotte, why are thou smiling this way? We tried it without. Oh, you. She said there were several moments. You understand? It's not one time. There were several moments where they tried to tune in together like a couple.
บอกว่าแบบเฮ้ยลองดูนะไม่เสียหายเราลองกันเองโดยที่ไม่ได้มี
It's Charlotte giggling for me. Oh my god.
นี่อาจจะไม่ได้บอกกันเองว่าแบบเฮ้ย
You didn't actually tell each other like 1, 2, 3. Let's start trying, right? Let's start being a couple, right? Let's start like trying to be girlfriends. You see, they didn't talk about it. They didn't have like a fixed understanding. They didn't define the relationship, right?
ลองไหมลองแบบลองดูอะไรเงี้ยแต่อาจจะเป็นการลองโดยที่แบบว่า
But it was like we
สัญ
instinctively
ชาต
tried
ญาณ
it.
ลองดู
I get that. So it's like, I like you, right? I feel the vibes. You like me, you feel the vibes. And of course, when you're around somebody you're attracted to who is attracted to you, you can tell. There's this chemistry, there's this spark, there's how the person responds to you. So they both kind of knew that they had feelings for each other, and they both sort of tried to act on those feelings, be it like a crush, whatever. But they didn't actively talk about, hey, I like you, do you want to go out with me, will you be my girlfriend? It was just sort of like, I'm crushing on you, we're flirting, we're trying to be close, right? We're posting on social media, we're dropping hints, but not that we've actually sat down to like lay boundaries around it and be like, this is what we are, right?
อะไรเงี้ยแต่
Okay.
พอเรารู้สึกว่าพอมันไป
But
ใน
then
ทิศ
we
ทางนั้น
felt
นะ
like
มัน
when the
มันกลับกลาย
relationship went that way, we had a hard time understanding each other, and it made us grow further apart. Bruh. Okay. So what the time that they grew apart that I remember was after those lives when Charlotte said that there was no chance, and Engfa was so hurt, and she was with Tina, and they stopped being on social media, and they stopped talking, and all of that mess, right? And I don't know what triggered there's no chance. If there was something that happened in the course of them instinctively trying that made Charlotte feel like some type of way, and so her response was the live, and then things just spiraled. But definitely, if you're not talking about how you're feeling, if you haven't sat down to define the relationship or define what you expect from each other in this relationship, then yes, you're gonna have a hard time understanding each other. I think we saw that. I think we saw that for the most part. It was almost as though they were communicating through reporters and communicating through what they were saying at interviews and to their fans rather than to each other. I think we've observed that. I just realized that I just started my YouTube channel. Maybe we haven't observed that together, but I'm sure that you may have observed that, and I have observed that, right? That at a certain point they really didn't seem like they were communicating very well at all, and so it made them go further apart, right? Listen, do you remember How I Met Your Mother? Has anyone here watched How I Met Your Mother? Barney and Robin, when they had to be locked up in a bedroom because they had this sort of, not friends with benefits, they had this sort of situationship where it was like, I like you, you like me, we're sleeping together when we feel like it, but they hadn't actually sat down to be like, oh, you're my girlfriend, you're my boyfriend, this is what I expect in the next 1, 2, 3 years, right? you Nothing like that is sustainable. Do you understand? Because at any given point in time in a relationship, you have to understand what the other person wants and what the other person expects, right? If you are just sort of winging things and feeling things out, you are going to clash because somebody else is expecting that you are, my something. So that means maybe you don't talk to other girls or you don't post to other girls on your social media. But I'm here like, oh, I think it's fine. These other girls maybe are just friends. I don't see the big deal. Da 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 da. As long as you're not communicating your desires and expectations, you will clash because as human beings, you will always come to things with a different mindset. It's by communicating that we can agree, and then we have the same mindset about how we move in this relationship and how we relate to other people and how we relate to each other. So if they were not communicating, which is what it sounds like, and which is what we've observed, then definitely they were going to have a hard time. They were. All right?
เป็นว่ามันเหมือนเรายิ่งเข้าใจกันยากมากขึ้น
Made us grow apart, right? Oh, you can see it on Charlotte's face that she remembers that time that they weren't together. it was like when we were distant,
แบบพอมัน
it made
ห่าง
us
กันปุ๊บอะ
realize
มันทำให้
that
เรารู้สึกว่า
maybe this was
หรือว่า
not.
เราไปในทิศทางนี้แล้วมันดูแบบมันดูไม่ค่อยสบายใจเท่า
It felt like
ที่
we
เรา
were
เป็น
not
อ
as
ยู่แล้วเราไม่ต้อง
comfortable as
มา
we
นั่ง
were
พะวงว่ามันคือสถานะ
when we
อะไร
didn't have to
มัน
worry
จะต้อง
about the
เรียกว่าอะไร
status.
จะ
What would we call it?
ต้องแบบเฮ้ยเป็นแฟ
Was
น
it
กันเลย
like,
ไหมเป็นนู่นนี่นั่นไหม
hey,
พี่ฟ้าบอก
should
ว่า
we
มัน
be
เป็นไป
date?
ได้
Wait,
ยาก
what?
จะต้องแบบ
Was
เฮ้
it
ย
like,
เป็นแฟน
hey,
กันเลย
should
ไหม
we be
เป็นนู่นนี่นั่น
dating?
ไหมพี่ฟ้าบอกว่ามันเป็นไปได้ยากมาก
อ่า
ๆ ใช่ เพราะว่าของแบบนี้คือมันต้องใช้ระยะเวลา
We have to learn a lot of
อาจจะต้อง
things.
แบบว่าต่างคนอาจจะต้อง
Maybe we
หาไป
both
เจอ
need to
เรีย
go
น
to
รู้
see other
คนอื่นก็
people
ได้ในเส้น
to
ทาง
learn
ที่
about
เราจะต้
other
องเจอ
people on our
เพราะ
own
ว่า
paths, you
เรา
know?
รู้สึกว่าไม่ว่าอะไร
Because I feel like no matter what happens
ตั้ง
from
แต่
this
วัน
day
นี้จนถึง
forward,
นับจากนี้เป็นต้นไปอะไรเงี้ยมันก็ยังคงแบบหันกลับมา
if
ก็
one
ยัง
of
คง
us
เจอ
looks
กัน
back, the
มัน
other
ก็
would
ยังคง
still
เป็น
be
อิงลอด
around.
ไม่ได้หมายความว่าโหอิงลอ
They'll
ดมันจะ
still
ต้อง
be Englot.
ไม่ได้เป็นแฟน
It doesn't mean that if Englot are not
หายไปเลยอะไร
girlfriends,
เงี้ยสำหรับเราคือเราก็ยังคง
we just
แต่ว่าเราก็
disappear.
จะยังอยู่ตรงนี้ไม่ว่าจะ
We still
เกิดเรื่อง
insist
อะไร
that
ขึ้
we'd
น
be right
ก็
here
ยั
no
งมี
matter
ความ
what
รักและความหวังดี
happens.
ให้กัน
Hold on, my love. Hold on. Okay, so let's take this one sentence at a time. All right.
มันดูไม่ค่อยสบายใจเท่าสิ่งที่เราเป็นอยู่แล้วเราไม่ต้องมันรู้สึกว่า
It was like when we were distant, it made us realize that maybe this
หรือ
way
ว่าเราไปในทิศทาง
was
นี้แล้ว
not.
มันดูแบบมันดูไม่ค่อยสบายใจเท่าสิ่ง
It
ที่
felt
เรา
like
เป็
we
น
were
อยู่
not
แล้ว
as
เราไม่ต้อง
comfortable as we
มา
were
นั่ง
when we
พะว
didn't
ง
have
ว่า
to
มัน
worry about the status, right? Okay. So I mean that's two things, right? That's two things. Because number one, if you're talking about so she was talking about the fact that they tried, right? They tried to be Englot, which I understand. Let's just to simplify it, let's say they tried dating. Let's say they tried dating, but they weren't communicating actively or effectively about their relationship, but they tried dating. And they said that, you know what? It wasn't as comfortable as when they hadn't tried to put a label on it, but they were just Engfa and Charlotte and having cute moments, natural moments, okay? If you notice, the March 16th live, there was this heavy emphasis on we're not defining anything, we're not putting a status on it, we're not saying we're sisters or we're girlfriends or we're friends, we're just Engfa and Charlotte and we're seeing what this is, right? So it seems like they're saying that trying to put the status of dating on it put pressure or strain on their relationship that they preferred not to have, right? To some extent I understand that because the title of dating comes with its own set of expectations and rules and regulations about how you move in the world, right? As opposed to saying that um, we haven't put a label on it. But again, I would say that the problem isn't having a status. You know, I think the problem was you weren't communicating effectively whilst you were trying out your little experiment, right? But okay, so they tried it. They tried dating, not as comfortable as when they hadn't put a label on it.
มันคือสถา
Okay.
นะอะไรมันจะต้องเรียกว่าอะไรจะต้องแบบเฮ้ยเป็นแฟนกันเลย
What would we call it? Was it like, hey, should we be dating or this or that? So it was like they had to ask themselves, is this the best way that we're going about
เลย
this?
ไหมเป็นนู่นนี่นั่นไหมพี่ฟ้าบอกว่ามัน
Okay.
เป็นไปได้ยากมากๆ
And Engfa was like, I
ใช่
thought it was really, really hard to go that way. Wow. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe some things happened that we didn't even get to see because the way Engfa is saying it, I thought it was really, really hard to go that way. It could be that she's referring to that period of, you know, it'll never happen. But then again, I'm like, if you try dating, why it'll never happen? You know, like, did you have a fight? You know, if you were trying to date at that point in time, for what reason would Charlotte Austin say, I don't see us ever being together unless what you had a fight, you had a spat, what? All right, but Enfa says, okay, it was really, really hard because it takes time for something like this. We have to learn a lot of new things, right? So basically, at the time that they tried dating, they didn't know enough about each other. They didn't know enough about how to relate to each other, and they needed time to learn that.
เพราะ
All
ว่าของ
right.
แบบนี้คือมันต้องใช้ระยะเวลาแล้วก็ดูอะไรหลายๆอย่างอาจจะต้องแบบว่าต่างคนอาจจะต้อง
Maybe you
ไป
both
เจ
need
อ
to
ไป
go
เรียน
see
รู้
other
คนอื่น
people
ก็
to
ได้
learn
ใน
about
เส้น
other
ทางที่เขา
people.
จะต้องเจอ เพราะว่าเรารู้สึกว่าไม่ว่าอะไรจะเกิดขึ้นในหลังตั้งแต่วันนี้จนถึงนับจากนี้เป็นต้นไปอะไรเงี้ยมันก็ยังคงแบบหันกลับมาก็ยังคงเจอกัน
ใช่
มันก็ยังคงเป็นอิงลอตไม่ได้หมายความว่าโหอิงลอตมันจะต้อง
Doesn't mean that if
ไม่
Englot
ได้
and
เป็น
no
แฟนกัน
girlfriends,
หาย
we
ไปเลยอะไร
disappear.
เงี้ยสำหรับเราคือเราก็ยังคงยืนยันว่าเราก็จะยัง
For us, we still insist that we'll be right here no matter what happens. I mean, she said this before in the March 16th live. She's actually been pretty consistent with this expression, right? The number one, the idea that, it doesn't have to be with me that you try to figure out the question of, do you want to be with a woman? You can figure it out with any other woman. I will still be here, right? Okay. And then number two, the idea that even if we're not dating, we'll still be Engfa and Charlotte. We'll still be Englot. We'll still be special to each other always. To some extent, yes, this is true. Once you love someone, you love them, right? For the most part, even when you can't be with them or when things go bad, you still have that love. But I think there's a little bit of a simplification with Fa, where she is underestimating the way things can change when you put another human being into the mix. So if, let's say, for whatever reason they don't end up together and Charlotte is dating someone and Fa is dating someone, yes, Fa and Charlotte will care about each other, yes, but your relationship isn't gonna look anything like it does right now. It can't. I don't know a single partner who would be okay with that, especially knowing the legend of Englot. Just saying, oh, I'm going over to Charlotte's place is gonna be an issue. Alone? By yourself? To see your ex? Whatever?
ก็ยังมีความรักแล้วก็ความหวังดีให้กันส่วนมันจะเป็นไปในทิศทางไหนที่จะต้องเจาะจงต้องใช้เวลาแล้วเราก็ไม่รู้ว่าอนาคตจะเป็นยังไง
เรียกง่ายๆก็คือทุกอย่างที่เกิดขึ้นตอนนี้ณเวลานี้คือมันดีที่สุดแล้วสำหรับน้องทั้งสองคน
Wait, so hold on. So she's speaking in present tense, right? She started off talking about the past, right? And now she's is she still talking about the past? As in, this is what they felt back then. We still love and wish the best for each other. As to which exact direction it will take us, we need to take time, and we don't know what the future holds for us. It's a bit confusing because we were talking about the past and now it's present tense, right? Making it seem as if she's talking about like them right now. But I know she isn't talking about them right now because in this very same live, I have literally seen on Twitter images of the two of them playing footsie. Okay? So it can't be now. Because y'all are dating. I don't understand why Englot keeps trying to gaslight me in this relationship, bruh. I don't get why you won't just let me be happy for you, bruh. Why?
เวลาแล้วเราก็ไม่รู้ว่าอนาคตจะเป็นยังไง
เรียกง่ายๆก็คือทุกอย่างที่เกิดขึ้น
Everything that is going on right now is the best for both of you.
ที่สุดแล้วสำหรับน้อง
It's very good,
บอก
right?
ว่าต้องลองเนี่ยก็คือลองแล้วแต่ว่า
Asking me to give it a try. Yes. I did try it. So Fa was like, ever tried dating a girl? And Charlotte was like, no. And Fa was like, give it a try. Asking me to give it a try. Yes, I did try it. So you tried dating a girl. So the girl was Fa. So you tried dating Fa, which means that at some point in the last year and 1 month, during this entire course of Englot and MGC and MGI, you and Fa not just had feelings for each other, but you were actually dating. You may not have defined the relationship, you may not have set your expectations, you may not have done all of that, you may not have planned your future, but you were dating Fa. Ooh, you were dating Fa. Okay. All right. Okay, I did try it, she says. All right. Okay, I bet you liked it. I bet you did. I, asking me to give it a try. Yes, I did try it. All right.
มันก็ลองจูนในความในการเป็นอีก
But it
ใน
was that
รู
we
ปแบบห
tried
นึ่
to
งความรัก
connect
รูปแบบห
to
นึ่ง
develop another type of relationship. Okay.
ลองจูนในความในการเป็นอีกในรูปแบบหนึ่งความสัมพันธ์รูปแบบหนึ่งซึ่ง
But
พอลอง
after
แล้ว
trying
คุณฟ้า
it,
บอกว่ามันอาจจะ
we found that it might not be as stable as how it is right now. Just like what Pifa said. But still, we did try it. After trying it, and it being dating, and I suppose dating includes other things. Okay. After trying it, we found that it might not be as stable as how it is right now. Looking like a whole psychopath just trying to decode Englot. After trying it, we found it being dating might not be as stable then as how it is right now. But still, we did try it because it's confusing, because she's creating parallels both to past and present, right? You're saying after trying it, we found, past tense, right? That it might not be as stable as how it is. The moment you're saying as how it is, you're suggesting that the it that you were talking about, which is ostensibly dating, exists right now. You're saying we found back then that it might not be as stable as how it is right now. It suggests that you tried dating back then for whatever reason, because you weren't communicating, because you didn't know what you wanted from each other, because of all the dramas and the MGT and the MGI and all of that. You tried it then and you weren't stable. So it's like they're still answering the question of, in the past, did you ever have feelings for each other? And it's basically like they're saying, as I understand it, open to interpretation, open to correction if need be. But as I understand it, it's almost like they're saying that they tried it in the past. They tried dating because they weren't communicating, because of the dramas, because of MGT, MGI, whatever. It wasn't stable then. Right. So as to the question of whether they tried dating, but it wasn't stable. So as to the question of, oh, why didn't you ever come out earlier that you were trying to date Charlotte? Because we hadn't defined it, because we hadn't communicated about it, because it was an instinctive thing, but we hadn't agreed necessarily that this is what we were, and it wasn't stable, right? But simultaneously, they're commenting on the present, even as they're saying, oh, did you have feelings for her? Yes, I have feelings for her. Yes, I have feelings for her. We actually tried dating in the past. All of that is past. And yet, at the same time, they're commenting on the present, that we tried it, it wasn't as stable then as how it is right now, meaning that it is right now, meaning that whatever they are right now in terms of dating, there's a thing to be stable. Do you get me? After trying it, we found that it might not, it being dating, us dating, we found that us dating might not be as stable as how us dating is right now. So she's letting us know that yes, we tried it, but it wasn't stable or as stable then as what we are now. So you're dating. You took me on this merry-go-round just to tell me something that, if we're honest, we knew after the Decay, after Royette, after Mulan, after Bolster Pillow, you're dating. Basically.
แบบไม่เสถียรเท่ากับณตอนนี้ก็ได้อะไรเงี้ยก็คือลองแล้วนะคะ
ใช่แบบนี้คือดีที่สุดแล้วใช่เพราะว่ามันคือเรื่องจริงแล้วคือทุก
อะไรเงี้ยก็คือลองแล้วนะคะ
ใช่แบบนี้คือดีที่สุดแล้วใช่เพราะว่ามันคือเรื่องจริง
Shell's talking about I did try it.
จริงแล้วคือทุกอย่างคือมันคือสิ่งที่เกิดขึ้นจริง
Shell's like, yes, please go on.
ก็ถึงได้บอกว่า
เลยช็อตเลย
ถึงได้บอกว่าอิงลอดอะคือเลียวสุดแล้วเอาจริงอาจจะด้วยนิสัยของเราทั้งคู่ที่เรารู้สึกว่าจริงๆอะเราสามารถหาเงิน
We can benefit a lot from being a ship couple.
เราสามารถหางานได้มากกว่านี้
We can have more jobs, we can have more fans, we can do a lot more.
โอเคหนูดีลกันเดี๋ยวเราเจอแฟนคลับแล้วเราแบบรักกันแบบว่าโอเคหนูดีลกันเดี๋ยวเราเจอแฟนคลับแล้วเราแบบรักกันนะเรานู่นนี่นั่นแต่คือมันไม่ได้เป็นแบบ
Look at you calling Charlotte new.
แฟนคลับแบบนี้ถ้าหากว่าเราแบบว่าโอเคหนูดีลกันเดี๋ยวเราเจอแฟนคลับแล้วเราแบบรักกันนะเรานู่นนี่นั่นแต่คือมันไม่ได้เป็นแบบนั้นอะมันไม่ได้มีการดีลกันเลย
I mean, that's like literally snot coming out of Charlotte's nose, right?
เรารู้สึกว่าถ้ามันเป็นแบบนั้นอ่ะมันจะต่างคนต่างเหนื่อยก็คือวันนี้รู้สึกยังไงแล้วก็แบบนั้นเลยจนบางครั้งบางทีแฟนคลับโหยหาโมเมนต์ว่าแบบเฮ้ย
Okay, hold on. So we just do whatever we feel like doing, right?
นี้รู้สึกยังไงแล้วก็แบบนั้นเลยจนบางครั้งบางที
It has always been like that until the fans have to ask us for some moment. So basically, they were always just naturally being themselves until the fans tried to like put them into some situations, okay, that, you know, forced a romantic connection. All
โหย
right.
หาโมเมนต์ว่าแบบเฮ้ย
ช่วยจิ้นหน่อยเถอะ
ช่วยจิ้นกัน
They'd be like, feed us some moments, please. We'll take anything. Could you do us a favor? Yeah, something like that.
ช่วยอะไรหน่อยอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah,
ซึ่งเราบอก
putting
ว่า
pressure.
ถ้าคุณอยากให้เรา
We were like, if you
เรา
want
ไม่
us to
อยาก
fake it,
เราอยาก
we
ให้
don't
คุณ
want
แบบ
to do it.
เนี่ยเวลา
We want you
คุ
to
ณ
see
โมเมนต์
things
ธรรมชา
that
ติ
come
คุณมี
naturally and
ความ
feel
สุข
happy
ว่า
about
มัน
that.
มั
We
น
think
เดียว
these
แล้ว
moments
เรา
are
ก็อิง
real.
กับ
In our
คือ
opinion, Englot is
มัน
real.
คือเรื่องจริงที่เกิดขึ้นแล้วก็มันเป็นสิ่งที่ดีที่สุดแล้ว
มันเริ่มมาจากความรู้สึกจริงๆตอนที่
It started with real feelings. Since we hadn't met or known each other in person, they were real feelings that led us to become a ship couple. I mean, I knew that, but thank you for the confirmation.
ว่าตอนที่เราไม่ได้เจอกันไม่รู้จักกันความรู้สึกจริง ๆ จนผันมาเป็นจิ้น
ง่ายๆก็คือ
Basically, she said it.
ทุกคนนะอาจจะเห็นเราแค่
Basically, the crush was real. You know what, Charlotte Austin, just blessings. Blessings upon you because you know exactly what we want and need to hear, and you gave it to us. She said basically the crush was real.
เป็นจิ้น
เอาง่ายๆก็คือทุกคนนะอาจจะเห็นเราแค่ในโซเชียลหรือว่าอะไรที่เจอแต่ว่าในโมเมนต์ที่เราอยู่ด้วยกันที่มันไม่ได้มีกล้องมันไม่ได้มีแฟนคลับไม่ได้มีหลายๆคนอยู่
When we have some time together off camera, no fans, no others, and only the two of us, we have already done that. Done what? Tried it?
โมเมนต์ที่อยู่ด้วยกันสองคนอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
It was
มันก็เคยผ่าน
not.
การแบบอันนี้มาแล้วไม่ใช่ว่าแบบไม่ใช่พูด
Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. When you say we have already done that, I mean, there's only one thing that my mind is like, okay, okay. So you've done it. You've done that. You've
ที่เราอยู่ด้วยกันที่มันไม่ได้มีกล้องมันไม่ได้มีแฟนคลับไม่ได้มีหลายๆคน
You said when we have some time off camera, no fans, no others, just the two of us. We've already done that. What else am I supposed to think?
อยู่โมเมนต์ที่อยู่ด้วยกันสองคนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันก็เคยผ่านการแบบอันนี้มาแล้วไม่ใช่ว่าแบบไม่ใช่พูด
Say carefully.
มันก็เคยผ่านการแบบอันนี้มาแล้วไม่ใช่ว่าแบบไม่ใช่พูด
Look at her face.
สองคนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันก็เคยผ่านการแบบอันนี้มาแล้วไม่ใช่ว่าแบบไม่ใช่
ไม่แบบว่า
like not that
ช้อนเราที่เหมือนมันไม่ถูก
บอกไม่ชัดเจนแต่เขาคิดไว้ไกล
Charlotte said, please make it clear or they can go too far. Shar. My mind is already, listen, if you want to bring me back, you got to bring me back. She's right. Come on. What you mean?
เขาเรียกว่าเหมือนแบบผ่านการอย่างที่น้องบอกอ่ะไม่ใช่ว่าไม่เคยลองแล้วแค่นั้นแหละ
Okay, Engfa, that doesn't help. Let's say that we've been through, like she said, it's not that we've never tried it. We did try it. That's it. Try what, bro? You were supposed to be clarifying so that we didn't think you'd done that. You just said it's not like we've never tried it. We did try it. Try what? Doing that?
โอเค
You didn't make it better.
ขอต่อไปหนึ่งมาก่อนขออ้อนๆหน่อยก่อนจากกันไปวันนี้ภายใน5นาทีสุดท้ายนี้รหัสกอไก่หนึ่งขออีก20รหัสได้ไหมคะแล้วเดี๋ยวก่อนจากไปวันนี้ก็คือมี
Getting lost in their own world again. They're dating. They are. Just that now, outside of the pageant, outside of MGT, outside of MGI, outside of some of the dramas that Fa was facing, outside of, some of their responsibilities under the crown, right? They're communicating. That March 16 live where they're both there and they're both bouncing off, possibilities and they're trying to suss out what the fans might think, they're communicating. And now they're just taking a more careful, more mature attempt at their relationship because they've already done the instinctive thing. They've already done the I'm attracted to you thing. They've already done the I'm crushing thing, and they've seen where and how it didn't work. So now they're talking, and it's like, okay, what do you want? What do you expect? What do I want? What do I expect? And they're meeting each other halfway. They're dating. And honestly, probably have been, if not since the Lekay, before the Lekay, at least a little while before the Lekay, they were dating. Because literally the Lekay is the formal announcement. Fa's mom is there, all their friends are there. The Lekay is where they said we belong to each other. The kiss on the cheek, I told you, that was, I love you. Do you love me? Charlotte said, yes. And you know what? We're going to do a part 2. We're going to do a part 2 of this where we're going to look back at all the Englot moments that told us that they were dating and Englot was real and the feelings were feeling. Okay, we're going to look at least a good key number of them. We're going to look at Royette, we're going to look at Mulan, we're going to look at that crazy Madame Finn live. Bruh. Part 2. All right, let's go.
โอเคเดี๋ยวจะมีให้จ้องตากัน1นาทีแต่ว่าขอรหัส
Staring contest for 1 minute.
กอไก่1ขอ20รหัสค่ะทุกคนค่ะขอมือให้ตัวเองใช่ได้เลยมาทุกขอแก้มชิดกันนิดนึงแบบชับทุกคนอย่างนี้
But I was like, Charlotte was like, I can't get closer to her. Like, her face can't touch my face or else I'll get hair pimples. And Fa looked at her like, bitch.
นิดนึงแบบชับ
Really?
ทุกคนอย่างนี้แก้มชิดกันชิดอีกนิดนึงชิดอีกนิดนึงค่ะชิดอีกนิดนึงให้ทุกคนแคร์
Oh, that was actually sweet. Like, she said I can't because of the pimple, and then she just brought Fa's face. I was like...
ลายถัดไปคือบูเอาจริงๆนะแหวนนะพี่ฟ้าว่าเนี่ยเอาไปใส่เป็นแหวนคู่ยังได้เลย
Look at you, consummate professional, constantly selling.
กับแหวนหน้าอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเพราะว่าเนี้ยมันเป็นเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของความรักอยากให้แบบว่าความแฟนรักแฟนหลงก็เอาไปใส่สีเนี้ยใส่คู่กับแฟนเอาไปแหวนแต่งงานก็ได้นะนี่นอกจากจะรักกันแล้วช่วยส่งเสริมความเพลงความปังแต่ว่าเราสามารถแบบถ้าเราจะเอาไปเป็นแหวนแบบโมเมนต์สำคัญมากๆจริงๆเป็นแหวนแต่งงานเอาไปติดเพชรอะไรเงี้ยได้นะ
เลยใช่ค่ะ
นะคะ
จริงๆอันนี้คือแบบว่าใส่เป็นแหวนคู่กับแฟนได้นะเพราะว่าเราคารุ่นคาสีคาใส่ด้วยสมมุติเราจะใส่เองนะคะนิ้วนางข้างซ้ายแบบนี้ก็ได้มีหรือยังฝั่งนู้นมีนิ้วนางข้างซ้ายหรือยังเหมือนจะว่างอยู่จะว่างอยู่ไหมนิ้วนางข้างซ้ายอันนี้คือเราก็ไปใส่กับคู่กับของแฟนเราได้ด้วยเห็นไหมน้องฉลาดบอกว่าหนูจะเก็บนิ้วนี้ไว้หนูจะเก็บนิ้วนี้ไว้ค่ะรหัสเท่าไหร่แล้วคะ
Okay, so for some reason I always thought your middle finger is your ring finger, but it's looking like your ring finger is what? This finger? This finger. Not this finger, this finger. Let me not accidentally give you guys the finger. But okay. Alright, okay, bet.
พิมพ์กันมาได้เลยสนใจโปรโมชั่นอันไหนนะคะ จริงๆ101ไม่ได้มีอะไรหรอกจริงๆทุกคน
Continue singing. May I make a reservation for you in advance? And then Charlotte says, seriously, I think this is what I saw. Seriously, nothing happened in Royette. It happened in another place. Char, if you genuinely think that we give a about where it happened, you have missed the point, my love. All we care about is that it happened. And now you've confirmed that for our crazy asses. Whether in Royette, whether in the moon, whether in look, it happened. What happened? That's all we want to know.
ที่มีอีกที่หนึ่ง
Will you tell me now? Huh? Will you tell me now? Tell you what? Samui. What happened in Samui? I'll keep it to myself. So Samui was when Fa and Charlotte had their, little personal vacation. They were gifted a little stay at an island all by themselves. And on one of the nights at Samui, Shar got dumb drunk, right? And the narrative is that she fell asleep. So what I'm wondering is that, did Charlotte try something on Fa before she fell asleep? And Fa's been like teasing Charlotte about it ever since then, because Fa also had her Royette moment that she couldn't remember, that I bet Charlotte has teased her about, right? But so E's like, oh no, I'll keep what happened at Samui to myself. But then she turns to Charlotte and she's like, but you must have known what happened in Royette. Like in Royette, you weren't drunk. In Royette, you were conscious. And this bitch out here, like, I was asleep. Okay, Charlotte.
หนูหลับไงอย่าบอกนะว่าไม่ใช่ความฝันนะ
And then don't tell me that it wasn't just a dream. Bitch! So basically, in Samui, no, in Royette, Fa made a move on Charlotte, did something to Charlotte, and Charlotte out here talking about, oh, that was like a dream. Okay, I don't think you guys understand. When you do crap like this, you make my mind go 110. Like, maybe all that happened was that Fa got drunk and they kissed, right? That could be all that happened. But when you do crap like this, suddenly my mind is like, what could possibly have happened while Charlotte was asleep that she thought was a dream, but that wasn't a dream? That has people talking about, oh, you know what happened in Royette. Bruh. Literally, It's better if you just tell us, because what we imagine is worse.
อย่าบอกนะว่าไม่ใช่ความฝันนะ
And Charlotte freaking knows it. Don't tell me that it wasn't just a dream. Bitch! You know it
อ๋อ
wasn't.
จำจังเหรอ อ๋อจำจังเหรอ
ครบแล้วใช่ไหมคะ
Also, didn't Englot just talk about how certain fans were forcing them to have moments and they didn't like that and they wanted it to be natural? And out of that entire speech, the only logical thing that we could find to add to the situation was, oh, staring contest.
ครบแล้วนะคะทุกคนจะจ้องตากันแล้วนะคะเดี๋ยวพี่ฝนทำเวลาให้โอเค
Why? What happened?
เดี๋ยวพี่ฝนทำเวลาให้โอเค
Why? Was that her manager or
โอ
what?
เคเดี๋ยวพี่หลบก่อนนะ
กี่นาทีคะ
1 นาที1 นาทีนะ
50 วิ
50 วิ
50 seconds. 50 seconds then. I'll count it for you. Let's do
1
it.
2 3
1, 2, 3. You know that looking into someone's eyes is a deeply intimate act. There's actually been an experiment, right? And if you like, you can go on YouTube after this and check it out. There's been an experiment of, 4 minutes looking into someone's eyes. And the question was, can I fall in love, just by looking into someone's eyes? And I think it was tried on couples who had like broken up, divorced, whatever, and with strangers to see if it would rekindle something or kindle something. And the fact of the matter is that staring into someone's eyes does have the ability to generate or stir up certain feelings for that person, right? They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, so you can bet, right? It just so happens that it's 50 seconds. If it was a little longer, make it 2 minutes, they'd be struggling not to kiss, right?
ใกล้อีกนิดได้ไหมใกล้อีก
Fans, closer, please. Closer. Can you move a little bit closer? A little bit closer, please. They're literally side by side, guys. Okay? Unless you want a show me love where their noses are touching and they're breathing each other's air, but nothing is happening. Literally, how much closer do you want them to
ได้
get?
ไหมใกล้อีกนิดใกล้อีกนิดอีกนิดอีกนิดอู้
Oh, do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Wink White Awards when they were sharing that fish strip and it was like Fa was, Fa would come close being all daddy, getting Charlotte's space, and Charlotte was like, oh, you think that's how this is gonna be? And then Charlotte stepped forward like she was about to kiss Fa, and at the last moment broke it off. That's the energy that I'm getting right now. It's like, yeah, I'm staring. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna break? Are you gonna what? You know?
ใกล้
It's
อีกนิด
become
ได้
like
ไห
a
มใกล้อี
contest.
กนิดได้ไหมใกล้อีกนิดใกล้อีกนิดอีกนิดอีกนิดอู้อุ๊ยใครกระพริบตาพี่ฝนช่วยดูนะ
They've all both been blinking, bruh.
ใครกระพริบตาพี่ฝนช่วยดูนะดูนะใครกระพริบตาพี่ฝนช่วยดูนะตาเหล่แล้วนะตาเหล่แล้วนะโชว์แหวนหน่อยโชว์แหวนหน่อย
Okay.
ทุกคนโชว์แหวนหน่อยโชว์แหวนหน่อยทุกคน
Yeah, Charlotte is struggling with this eye contact because Fa does intense, focused eye contact very well. I think I've mentioned it before. we did a reaction to Tariasi's video, right? Like Engfa staring at Charlotte for 2 minutes straight. If you haven't already, go ahead and check that out. But basically, Fa Fa does tend to look at Charlotte a lot, and it's mostly to assess her, to break her down. Fa communicates that she's listening by eye contact. She communicates attention by eye contact. And Fa has this way of looking at Charlotte, and it's like she's showing her how she feels by the way she looks at her. But whereas most people would shy away or duck their eyes down or conceal it, Fa doesn't hide it. So you're literally looking into her eyes and you're seeing all this emotion about how she feels about you, and it can be overwhelming, right? Which is what Charlotte is struggling with.
ทุกคนทุกคนใครกระพริบเมื่อกี้ใครกระพริบตาคะเมื่อกี้พี่ฝนแอบเห็นมีคนกระพริบตาแล้วหนึ่ง
They've both been blinking, bruh.
เอ้ย
Did they lick their lips at the same time? Yes, you will become a meme again. Yes. I love it. I love the fact that they're genuinely friends in addition to whatever the heck else they are, right?
จิกขากันแล้วนะทุกคนนะเขาจิกกันแล้วนะตอนนี้นะ
Pishawi. It reminds me of Pishawi, the funny character that made them laugh during filming Show Me Love the series.
ยังไม่ครบเหรอไม่มีใครหนังตาให้หมดเลย
My eyes are dry.
ครบยังคะยังไม่ครบใช่ไหมคะโอเคยังไม่ครบค่ะ
It's Charlotte wanting to touch but not being able to touch at the last minute because she knows people will lose their minds. Look at that. Look at Charlotte's hand come up for Engfa's back.
ครบยังคะยังไม่ครบใช่ไหมคะโอเคยังไม่ครบค่ะ
Yeah, it's Charlotte. Yeah, they caught you, boo. It's Charlotte wanting to touch for me. I told you, staring into someone's eyes, bruh, you're gonna start feeling all kinds of things.
ยังไม่ครบค่ะ
It's almost like because Engfa's eyes were dry, she wanted to soothe her, and then she realized how that would look, and then she put her hand down.
ยังไม่ครบเหรอไม่มีใครหนังตาให้หมดเลย
ครบยังคะยังไม่ครบใช่ไหมคะโอเคยังไม่ครบค่ะ
she was like, oh, baby, your eyes are dry. And then she realized, oh, nope, can't touch. That face is, sorry, almost gave away the secret.
ครบแล้วครบแล้ว
And Fa call time because she knows if she doesn't call time, one of them is gonna do something dumb up in here, right?
อุ๊ยจริงขอบคุณไม่เล่นนะคะ
ขอบคนไม่เล่นนะคะ
What just
ขอบ
happened?
คนไม่เล่นนะคะทุกคนเกิดอะไรขึ้นในไลฟ์นี้
I know, MC. What's going on? Did the light go off?
ยังอยู่ค่ะยังอยู่
น้องยังอยู่นะคะน้องยังอยู่นะคะ
What? What? 28,000 people are watching us now. Are they gonna fight each other? Someone is asking in the
เขาจะ
comments.
ต่อยกันไหม
I can see them shifting like two shadows.
มันจะตบกัน
Looks like we're ready to fight.
อุ๊ยทุกคนอย่าเพิ่งตกใจนะเรายังอยู่นะคะ
ว
ว้าว มาแล้วมาแล้ว
น่ากลัวมาก
Okay. They had a little surprise for
ตั้ง
them.
ใจปิดไฟเหรอไม่หันเราเลยโป่งกลับบ้านคนละอัน
So we both have to take each balloon back home. Should we not turn around to see, or what? Are we supposed to pretend that we can't see them?
เราต้องห้ามหันเหรอหรือยังไง
She's holding the corner open for Engfa to duck under the jacket and pretend to not see the balloons. And then, I don't know, maybe steal a kiss or two, Shar Shar? Charlotte's shaking the jacket like, come here. Engfa's like, nah. Engfa's like, nah, we've already seen it. There's no point. So they're exchanging bouquets. So those are Charlotte's sunflowers.
มอบให้นะคะ
Happy birthday อันนี้เป่าเหรอเป่ากินมะม่วงกุหลาบ
I want to eat mango with sweet fish sauce. Fa loves her some mango with some sweet fish sauce. Bruh, look. You do you. Fans in the studio are holding a project paper to celebrate Englot's anniversary. Aww. Aww, is Charlotte getting teary? Aww, Engfa too. Oh, they're both tearing up. Aww. Aww. That's so cute. Like, it's crazy. They were fine. Then the fans held up something and they were like, oh, that look. Like, you get reminded that this is real at the most random times. Like, they both legitimately are tearing up, bruh. That's adorable. That's so sweet. Oh, so that Show Me Love episode 8, that behind the scenes, they were crying for real. Okay. All right. Okay. That upped the cuteness factor by about 10,000. All right. No, she said long live Englot. And Charlotte said wishing all the best to both of us. Aww.
ก็ฝากไว้ด้วยละกันนะคะสำหรับ accessory ต่างๆ ของบ้านมหาเฮงนะคะ วันนี้ก็ขอบคุณบ้านมหาเฮงด้วยก็คือครบรอบ1 ปีแล้วเหมือนกันที่ ได้ร่วมงานกันมาได้อยู่กันเป็นครอบครัวนะคะสำหรับใครที่มองเห็นมองหานะคะเห็นอ็อกเซสซอรี่นะคะที่แบบว่าสวยงามด้วยแล้วก็อยากจะมูด้วยนะคะ การงานการเงินความรักต่างๆนะคะก็อยากให้นึกถึงบ้านมหาเฮงด้วยนะคะก็ขอบคุณแฟนคลับนะคะที่มาเซอร์ไพรส์ในวันนี้เราก็รู้สึกว่าทำไมวันนี้มากันเยอะแปลกๆนะขอบคุณเค้กดอกไม้รวมถึงเซอร์ไพรส์ต่างๆในวันนี้แล้วก็อยากให้ขอบคุณตัวเองด้วยนะคะที่เป็นแดงแล้วก็
Strong
ชิง
dangs
ที่
and
เข้ม
ching
แข็ง
chings. That's
มากๆไม่ใช่
right.
แค่เราสองคนที่จะต้องฝ่าฟันอย่างเดียวนะคะเชื่อว่าแฟนคลับเองก็จะต้องฝ่าฟันไปด้วยแล้วเชื่อว่ามาถึงจุดนี้1 ปีพี่ฟ้ามองว่าคนอาจจะไม่ได้แบบห่วงเรื่องของการเซอร์วิสจิ้นอะไรมากมาย
After about 1 year that we've been through, they don't expect fan service from us much. True. I believe that they love us the way they really are and can see the strong support from our individual fandoms and also a couple
ที่
fandom.
พวกเราเป็น
Yeah.
เราจริงๆแล้วก็เห็นทุกคนสนับสนุนไม่ว่าจะเป็นบ้านเดี่ยวบ้านหลักบ้านคู่บ้านอะไรก็ตามนะคะอยากยิ่งเห็นอยู่
When I
ครอบ
see
ครัว
everyone
เดียว
here
กัน
as a
ยิ่งอยาก
family,
เจอ
I
ก็
feel
ยิ่ง
like
รู้
we're
สึก
growing
ว่า
up together
เราเติบโต
beautifully.
กันไปใน
So I wish we'll be like this for a long
ให้
time.
อยู่แบบนี้ไป
Facts.
นานๆแล้วก็มีความสุขไปกับพวกเรานะคะอยากให้โฟกัส
Let's
ควา
be
มสุข
happy with us.
แล้วก็ความ
I'd
น่า
like
รั
you
ก
all to
ของ
focus
พวก
on
เราแบบนี้
happiness
ไป
and
นาน
cuteness from us.
ก็ต้องขอบคุณบ้านมหาเฮงมากๆนะคะที่ให้พวกเรา2 คนมาในวันนี้เนื่องจากว่าเป็นครบรอบ1 ปี 1 เดือนของพวกเรา2 คนด้วยนะคะได้มามอบแบบความเฮงความปังให้กับทุกๆคนแล้วก็ยังมอบความสุขให้กับ
Thank you
แฟนคลั
for
บ
being
พวก
our
เราด้วยนะคะ
happiness,
ขอบคุณที่เป็นความสุขให้พวกเรานะคะแล้วพวกเราก็จะอยู่เป็นความสุขให้ทุกๆคนเหมือนกันค่ะก็ไม่ว่าจะมีเรื่องอะไรเข้ามาก็แล้วแต่ขอให้เข้มแข็งแล้วก็เชื่อมั่นในตัวพวกเราแล้วก็ขอให้อยู่ด้วยกันอย่างมีความสุขนะคะขอบคุณนะคะบ๊ายบาย
Bye bye. That was so sweet. So sweet. I mean, I've seen a couple of other clips. I've seen their photo shoot and Charlotte putting a little bit of cake on Engfa's nose and some other sweet clips. But yeah, guys. This was this was a lot. But basically, what I'm taking away from this is when you go back, right, to Highway Turtle 2, when you go back to those first lives, their first meeting, Englot's prologue, when you're looking at them meeting each other and seemingly liking each other, when it looks like, oh, there's something going on between Fa and Charlotte. Yeah, because the feelings were real. They were genuinely crushing on each other, genuinely liked each other, even tried dating at a certain point, just that it didn't work out. Right? And if you ask me, after that period of them not being close together, they came back, they talked about it, they figured out what wasn't working, and now they're moving forward in a much stronger, more cohesive manner where they are both understanding and have committed to learning what the other person wants and needs for them. This has been amazing. Like, just hearing Englot was real was fantastic. But just seeing them so happy and so sweet, and the fact that they teared up, bruh, when the fans just brought out that banner and hit them like, yo, this is our 1 year, 1 month. So cute. This has been the reaction to the Banmahaheng live. I dearly hope I said that right. What we're gonna do is that this is gonna be a 2-part series, and I'm going to the next video. I'm going to talk about. We're gonna revisit all those moments that let us know that these two were something more. Royette, Mulan, Madam Finn, Wink, White Light. We're gonna talk about all of it, bruh. We're just gonna, because I feel like they told us that they were dating, and if we didn't know, it's because we shut our eyes to the truth. Because some of the lives and the things that they have said have been so obvious, they literally screamed, "We're dating! We're dating!" Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this reaction as much as I've enjoyed giving it to you. Go ahead, like, comment, hit that subscribe button so you can know every time I post up a new video. Tell me what you thought about this live. What was your biggest takeaway? Did it rock your world? And how do you feel about Englot going forward? Until next time, see you guys.